Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video, and for today's video I'm going to be filming my monthly budget for the month of June. I am so excited, and I feel like I always come on here telling you guys this, but this month is officially the start of summer, which means that there's a few trips that I have planned for this month, as well as a couple of birthdays. My family's coming from Peru next week, and I just really think I'm going to have a really good month. But of course, with having family over or planning trips, that means that I'm going to be spending quite a bit of money. And so I think it is very important in months like these, when there's a lot going on, to set up a budget for yourself. So today I'm going to be setting up my June monthly budget. I'm gonna zoom you guys out a little bit so you'll be able to see it better with the way that I like to set up the cameras and stuff. But I typically set up my budget spread on the right side, right after the monthly view. I have my stickers here all ready to go. Honestly guys, I'm filming this really late, not as late as I filmed last month, but I'm filming on the first day of the month, and I know for sure I will not be able to stuff my cash envelopes until probably tomorrow after my nail appointment. So I'm stressing out a little bit, but it should be okay. All right, so I'm going to start by whiting out this section, and I think I was debating whether I wanted to use both of the washes that I offer in my shop for June, but I think I might just end up going with the abstract print. I really love this print, and I think quite a few of you guys loved it as well, which is good. So I'm going to lay down the washi right there and go into my June budget kit. I'm using, of course, a correlating budget kit to this washi. And as you guys know, I like to use the budget that splits your expenses between variable and fixed. Like so. I might end up zooming in a little bit so that you guys can see, but here is the income header. For my incomes, if you guys have been watching my channel, you guys know that my main income source is my sticker shop. So I'm going to write Romina Rosa here, and then I do like to have a section for all of my variable sources of income, like YouTube, Patreon, affiliate links, all of that good stuff. I'll go ahead and mark it there, which I have a whole spread for all of my variable sources of income. So if I have to, let's say, make any business expenses for my YouTube or for Patreon, those would all be in one spread, which is the spread that I like to have next to this one. I'll also go ahead and set that up once I stuff my cash envelopes. I finally stuffed them. So now I'm going to split my income from my expenses and get right into my variable. I did increase a few of my categories here, and I am stuffing quite a bit of money for my sinking funds as well, just because there's so much going on. I have 2 trips planned this month, like my Las Vegas trip as well as my Laughlin trip. And with my family coming over, I'm more than sure that we might, like me and my sister, might end up taking them to an amusement park. I'm hoping that we end up going to Disneyland, because I don't know if you guys remember, but last year they had a promotional offer for Southern California residents, and I had gotten a ticket. I had gotten a like 3-day ticket price, and I only ended up going once, and that was pre-COVID. So I did just find out that I'm able to use them again anytime. So that would be great, I think, to just be able to use that and not have to pay for, you know, Disneyland. So I'm looking forward to that, but let me not get carried away. The first expense that I have here, the first 6 that I like to write down, would be my cash envelopes. So the first one would be groceries. Now, I mentioned this in my monthly plan with me, but the family that is coming over would be 2 of my aunts, 1 of my uncles, and 2 of my cousins. And so since I have, you know, like my own apartment, Ivana, my sister has her own house, and my mom has her house, we're still planning it out, but I think we're going to be splitting the time with them. So I think, let's say 1 week they'll stay with Ivana, 1 week they'll stay with my mom, 1 week they'll stay with me. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go because of course I have to, you know, work my sticker shopping with my mom. So we're still trying to figure that out. But of course, the more people comes more grocery expenses. And I know that my family will definitely contribute to like groceries and stuff. They always do when they come over. But I definitely want to make sure to budget just a bit more than I usually do. So I know I've been trying to lower my groceries amount, but I'm going to be increasing it this month. I think I budgeted $240, but this month I'm going to be budgeting $300 for groceries, which is quite a bit because this is essentially just for me. But I will definitely, you know, buy other stuff, snacks and stuff like that for like my cousins, my family, if they, you know, ever get hungry while they're here. So I think 300 should be fine. I'm not 100% sure if I am over budget in groceries. You guys will know why. Honestly, them coming was so unexpected. Like, it was definitely not something that was planned. So I can already see unbudgeted expenses coming, but we'll see. We'll see how bad they are at the end of the day. So that's gonna be for groceries. Next cash envelope would be household. I just bought toilet paper and napkins, and we're all good with paper towels. So I really don't think that we'll have that big of like household expenses. So I think I'm just going to be budgeting my usual $100, which to be honest, sometimes it's kind of a lot. I might have to buy, I think, soap for sure, like for the bathrooms, maybe cleaning products, but I think 100 should be fine. Now for eating out, I am going to be increasing this by $30. So I typically do $120, and for this month I'm going to be doing $150 just because my family's coming, like I mentioned, and I'm going on trips. So I feel like $150 might not be enough, but I'm also stuffing my adventure sinking fund and entertainment sinking fund, which will also help with my trip expenses. So I'm hoping that $150 is a-okay for this month. We will go ahead and see. And then for allowance, I'm doing my usual $100. I'm usually pretty okay with that, so that should be fine. Then for beauty, my next cash envelope, I am budgeting a little bit more than last month, but definitely my usual $250 that I've done in the past, so not too much. I was kind of going through the month and seeing if I possibly would be getting my nails done twice because I'm getting them done so early in the month, but I think I might be able to get them done in the very beginning of next month as well. So I think I should only be getting my nails done once. I might end up getting a pedicure. I know I definitely will have to repurchase my eye cream because I'm running out. The last time I bought my eye cream, I ended up buying a set which came with like half of the product that I paid for the time before that. So, I mean, when was the last time I bought my eye cream? Let's be honest. It's been a few months, so that's something that I definitely will be buying with my beauty cash envelope, as well as hair dye and all of that good stuff. So for beauty, we'll be getting $250. Then my last cash envelope here is gas, which to fill up my tank, I believe it takes around like $40. I'm not sure so much anymore. I just pumped at the very end of the month. And since I don't really get out of my house because I work from home, I would say that, let's say $40 would be enough for the month. But since I'm going to these different trips and I know that I'll be driving my car, I am going to be budgeting $80 this month. This is not to say that my family isn't going to, you know, contribute and help me out, because every time they come here, they're so nice. They try to pay for everything. They try to pay for my gas and all of that. But I just want to be set with the $80, and I think I should be pretty good with that. So that is what I'm budgeting for gas. And then the rest would be, for the most part, don't change. I have my phone bill, which actually this one did change last month. So instead of my usual $110, $111 that I budget for that, I'm going to be budgeting $72. And then internet, I'm budgeting $69.99. That's just what it's been for a while now. My gym membership, oh my god, okay, so this month I believe I'm getting charged not only my monthly fee but also the annual fee. I believe they told me that 2 months after the month that I enrolled, which was April, I was going to be getting charged the annual fee. So in total, I believe it is around $73. So that is what I'm going to be budgeting for. It might be like a couple of cents off, but I think that's the amount that I'm going to be paying for this month. So I will definitely make myself go to the gym a little bit more than I did last month, because last month was not a good month for the gym for me, but hopefully June is a little better. And then the last thing would be my unbudgeted category. And I don't budget anything for this. I'm just going to mark zeros. But if there is something that ends up coming up, or if I overspend on, I know I might have overspent on gifts last month. You guys will see it in this section, the unbudgeted. Which a lot of people I know I've seen categorized as like their buffer, or I know people have like miscellaneous categories that they typically budget an amount for, but I don't. So that is that. And then moving on to my fixed expenses, I'm going to lay my sticker down here. I'm actually so excited. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like I feel a little overwhelmed because like my family is coming and I have like trips and stuff going on. But I don't know. I feel like this month is going to be a good one. For me, I'm hoping hot girl summer, if you guys know what I mean. So yeah, moving on to my fixed expenses. I have, of course, as always, rent here as the number one. I pay $800 for rent. Car payment is $348.06. All of these are pretty much the same. They don't change, which is why they are in the fixed expenses side. I really thought about putting like the phone bill to the fixed expenses or the internet, but like you guys saw last month, my phone bill amount changed. So with things that could potentially change, I like to leave those in the variable expenses and like, of course, cash envelopes, because some months I'll spend more money or less money than other months for those, and I will just end up rolling over that. But for like car payment, car insurance, those are pretty set amounts, or have been for a really long time. So let's see, car insurance, it's $200. That is why they're here. Then renter's insurance is, I believe, $10.83. Yes. I have a category for subscriptions, which this is just my iCloud storage charge and my part of the Spotify family plan that I'm currently in with my sister. For student loans, I am only paying the minimum as of now for various reasons, but the minimum is $130.77. Then I have a giving category, which I do $150. I know I keep getting asked what it is that I spend my giving money on, and honestly, in the past, it has varied. Prior to COVID, when I was going to church quite a bit, I would use that as my tithe money. Since then, I have changed the tithe to giving, just because I always used to get comments that what I was putting towards tithe wasn't tithe, and so I just decided to change it to giving, also because there was some opportunities in my church to help some of the church members out, or to, let's say, send money to a small starting church or project that they were doing in like Guatemala, or if somebody was struggling in Mexico and had family there and were going through tough times, or if somebody had passed away. So another reason why I decided to change it to giving was because I wanted to also give to the people that needed it, and sometimes I'll just give that money as an offering at church. So it honestly just depends on the month. Like, I know last month I ended up giving it to my church. Prior months I've donated to different like GoFundMe's, organizations and stuff like that. So that is mainly what I use my giving cash envelope for. And then last but not least is my sinking funds, which I will be stuffing these in the next video. And this month I'm doing quite a bit actually. Well, like 100 more or so, but I'm doing $1,003 towards my sinking funds. Most of that is honestly, I guess, sneak peek, going to be going towards adventures, because once again, I have 2 trips coming up. But honestly, I'm so excited and I'm so happy to have sinking funds. I know that if I wouldn't have started saving money for adventures or for any one of those in the past, or if I didn't have sinking funds at all, I probably would not be able to do or go on the trips that I'm going on this month. So always encourage you guys to start some sort of sinking funds for categories that you guys know you guys will be spending money on in the future. Subscriptions, annual fees, and all of that. That is when sinking funds definitely come in handy. Now I'm going to go ahead and add up my fixed expenses since I'm here already. 77.50. Okay, so the total for my fixed expenses is $2,649 with 65 cents. And then the total for my variable expenses is $1,194 with 99 cents. And then what I'll do towards the bottom is I'll go ahead and set up my total section, which will give me a column to write out what I am budgeting for, my categories, and then another column for the actuals. So at the end of the month, once I have tracked all of my expenses and have filmed my budget results video, I'll go ahead and take a look at this and see how much money I have left over to put towards my emergency fund. That is the financial goal that I'm currently focusing on. I do know that I will be dipping into my savings this month for my passport, and I could have totally made a category in this budget towards that, but I already know that it's going to be over $200, especially because I'll have to expedite it. So I'm just going to be taking that straight out of savings, so then that way my budget is not out of whack. Of course, you can do whatever it is that you want with your budget. This is just the way that I'm going about it. So now for the total section, I'm going to write income, and then variable for variable expenses, and then fixed for fixed expenses. And I'm just gonna quickly lay down these other stickers down here. I hope you guys can see that well. Okay, those there. And then I'll take the pattern squared off box right there. This is where I'll go ahead and write out what I'll be putting in my emergency fund. Calculator here. Just going through and using the deco pieces that come in the budget kit. And then a cash envelope right there. Okay, and then I do have the budgeted amounts for my variable and fixed expenses. I'm not going to write my income. That is something that I do not disclose here on my channel. But for variable, as we mentioned, it's $1,194 with 99 cents. And then of course, towards the end of the month, or at the end of the month, if not a little bit after that, I will go ahead and write out my actuals. And from that, subtract all of my expenses from my income. And then once again, whatever it is that I have left over will go towards savings. But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it for this monthly budget setup. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching me set up my monthly budget. I know that this is probably the most different type of budgeting video that I do on my channel, which is when I show my face, but I really like to do it, so I hope you guys like it as well. If you guys did, please do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, and hopefully I will get to see you guys on the next video. Bye guys!